Hey guys, and welcome back. One of you YouTubers came over and grabbed the Poland Pro riding lawnmower that we did about, I don't know, about 4 or 5 videos ago. So he had an interest in that. He came and grabbed that from me and also asked if I would want or be interested in this little Kawasaki generator. And I think the backstory was it sat for a long time in some place. I think he said it was under his porch. Not positive of that, but it does, you pull the pull start, it does kind of chug over. Other than that, it's, you know, all the normal problems probably that they are all going to have as far as fuel issues and everything. Seems to be a decent machine. Looks like a 4-stroke. Really haven't done anything with it yet, so we are starting from the beginning of it. It's missing a screw there. I see some mud wasps in the holes. And like I said, it's definitely been sitting for a long time. So I figured we'd turn the camera on. It's a nice little easy project for me to go do. I don't have a ton of time today, but I figured we can maybe knock something like this out. Get some other stuff lined up, but this might be a little good. Maybe we could redeem ourselves from that last generator video, right? So that I know it's coming, we should probably take the ultrasonic cleaner and we'll power that guy up. And we'll get the heat cooking. And like I said, 50 Celsius, it's at 8 right now. We'll let that stuff start heating up, and hopefully by the time we get the machine apart, the carburetor is probably going to need some love. And this is the machine. This is the love machine. So we'll get that cooking. And we'll get a cup of coffee. We'll get started. Alright, well, I have my cup of coffee. And it's time to let the games begin, I guess. Yeah. What do you say? We should probably start by, nice of it to come with a spark plug tool. Seeing if it's got any spark to her. And we'll go from there. Let's go see what it's got for on-off switches. I don't see any. It's got to have an on-off switch somewhere, right? How would you turn it on and off? I don't see anything right at the top in the moment. Two circuit breakers. Alright. Am I losing it or what? You tell me. Where there's a switch. That's nothing. It's just a run light. Those are like little reset breakers. I do not see anywhere on there that says run stop. I told you it wasn't me. Well, I think we can go pop you back in the stand. We'll go give it a couple of yanks to see if it's got spark, I guess. No spark, so we gotta have a switch somewhere that we're missing. Alright, before starting, check oil and fuel, starting pull start handle for stopping, push engine switch. And I look over here, the thing that I saw was a light, this engine switch, but it looks like the button is stuck in the in position. So that's probably got the spark killed right there, and it might even be what it died for. And now that I seem to be talking about it, I seem to remember he may have been saying something about that too. So let's see if we can take, that's probably just holding the switch in. Yeah, we're gonna have to get this cover off of there and look inside and see what we need to tack. Alright, so I see a bunch of Phillips screws going around the handle, around down here, and then a couple of 10mm down below. So I think we'll just start yanking all that stuff out of there, and hopefully we can just get the plastics, I would think, would split right down the middle and kind of come off of it. So let's see. They're going to want to play well. Is it a bad sign? I can smell the gas already. Got little shoulders on them. Don't see any on that side. That one's out, that one's out. Starting to split. Let's go get the 10s off of her. And see how far that gets us in there. We got 2 10s in the front. That's why. We're in. Want to see? Alright, so that switch should be this guy right here, right? Probably could have took a pick or something. Before we even opened it, took a pick and just tried to pull the switch forward. Let's see what we got. I say we try, I might even try getting that switch right out of there and see if we can get that to retract and go the other direction. I got that pulled down, got a little poker. I wonder if that white piece right there is the same. Yeah. Actually, looks like the whole switch wants to go forward. I wonder if we can, I'm going to take a Sharpie. I'm going to write on here what wires went where. And we'll push that switch right out of there. It seems like it wants to come out. And see if we can doctor that thing up so it's kind of popping in and out. Again, I don't feel it doing much of anything. If it's supposed to be a kill switch, it's stuck in the in position. So let me do that. Let me take a Sharpie. We'll write on here what we need and get that guy out of there. Alright, let's see if we can get that out of there. Hope they're not soldered. Ah, they're soldered. It sucks. Might have to take that apart where it stands. I don't know if we can get behind it. Let me try a razor blade. Let me get a razor blade in behind it and get that guy out of there. That should give you a little bit better view. Let's just see. We can stab ourselves in the finger. Get that kind of pop out of there. I think I just broke the tip of the blade off right there. Yes, I did. That's going to help it. Let's see if we can screw it up again. Come on, it's moving. Actually, I think that moved. I don't think the switch moved. I think the jacket around it did. It's just. So you figure it's got what, 2 circuits? One's probably just going to be a pass through. Either you're grounding out the coil, and the other one's probably just a light. The other 2 are for the light. I don't know. Looks like it's coming out a little. I wonder if I should spray something on it. I like to not cobble the crap out of it. I don't know. It's sitting out further than it was before. Look that way to you. You can kind of see right there. Let me go try giving her a tug and see if it still has spark, or it got spark. Might be out far enough where I can grab it. I'm just galling the crap out of the. It'll never go back in now. Yeah. Let's see if I can hold it still enough. I saw something. What do you say we give her a little PB? That's kind of soak in. Moving, but it's staying. Yeah, it's probably out about 3/16 from what it was. You can see it. Let's see what that does for us. Shove the spark checker on now. Let's see if that'll help in not seeing anything. You guys want to put your tongue on that for me? Yeah. I'm going to dig around that switch a little bit more, see if we can get her to come back. So I kept working at the switch until I actually got the red button to pop completely out of the window. But, having said that, you guys are going to be able to see. I don't know if that's showing up, but we do have spark, so that is a good sign. So you know what's coming next, don't you? I think we dump a little bit of fuel down the old plug hole, give her a tug, and see if she coughs over and fires. I'm going to check the oil first, and we should probably plug something into it to see if it will light up, maybe a drop light. Let's make it so you can see the light. There you go. And let's do a little bit of that. What a weird... I don't know what's going on with this metal thing here with the throttle and stuff. That seems a little on the weird side. But that's getting ahead of us. Let's see if it'll do anything. No light though. That's not a good sign. And now we want to try. What should we try? So it's got breakers on it. I don't think those are on-off switches. They just feel like they're breakers more than anything. Well, maybe we can try. We'll put a jumper on it. Let's See how well that does for us. Maybe it'll come back with that. Let's reset you back up. Can you see the light? Can you see the light? See my elbow? All right, let's go a little tinkle in there. Yeah, let's hold it someplace. Zap myself. See the light. All right, with that, so let's go and look into the carburetor and see how nasty that's going to be for us. We're going in. This always tells a nice story. How a machine is. It actually look clean. Somebody's already in here. See it all kind of scraped away. Float stuck. Oh no, push it on the wrong thing. I'm gonna go flip that up on end. I'm gonna look up inside there and see what those jets look like. See if they're all cleaned out. If not, we'll disassemble and wash that guy. And if not, we're gonna blow out that gas tank and dump some fuel in it. I think I'm gonna go pull that carb off there anyway. Let's see if I can dilute the light going to it. I popped the air cleaner off. You can see like mud wasp nest in there. Get those kind of cleaned out, and you know, if I don't do it, it's going to need it. If I do it, it didn't need it. So I figure I might as well. Yeah, I already got the thing heated up, so we'll give it its best shot. We know it makes power, so I'd rather for the future know that this thing is fairly good to go. Well, we got two 10mm up there and a screw down below here. So get the air cleaner out of our way. Let's see if we get that off. I popped the air cleaner off. It looks like some 80s 70s shag rug. Yeah, let's put the bottom one. And we gonna be long enough to get in there? Is that even the right socket? I think that's not the right socket too. One and a two. We take the machine out and blow it out outside too, get rid of all the cobwebs and stuff, but let's get this carb soaking. Should be just stuck on there now. Plastic mallet when I need one. There it goes. Yeah, that choke setup just looks kind of funky. That rod just seems really weird the way that's set up, but let's see if we can get in there. Not paying attention. It's over here. And what do we got? We got a lot of hoses for the carburetor. The screw's getting ready to fall out of somewhere. It's like that guy goes to nowhere. Looks like a breather. But then it has, that's a breather, and that's coming from the fuel pump, and I don't know where that one's going to. I'm gonna go take a Sharpie, put a couple of dots on there. Not that I don't think the, when we go draw it on the bench, we'll go with something like that. We're gonna go call this one Mr. 2 lines and Mr. 1 line. And we're gonna go 2 lines there, 1 line there. The fight is real. Let's go get some correct toolage for the correct thing. my little line deals there. I should be able to tilt it and get these guys out. One. And and two. Pins in there pretty good. So we're gonna go up on the bench. We'll go take it apart. Yeah, so we could drive that out of there. You know I'm gonna drop that guy. Fortunately, the seal is in there, which means you're going to kind of expose it to the chemicals. I don't want to try tapping it out of there and then bring it back in. See if we can get the rubber seal out of there without destroying that too. So we got that. I don't see anything coming out of the center. It might be able to push out of there. I'm not sure. Sorry about the shake. Let's go and get what we got. One from the top. And we got a mix screw to get out. Looks pretty clean though. And the mix is one. Yeah, probably about 1.5 out. Anything else we can get off of this? I don't think so. That center might push out of there. I don't know if it's necessary though. Let's see if I can snake my way in there with a screwdriver and then push on the center. I'm going to need a thinner screwdriver to do that. Let's see if I can get it with this little guy. If not, we're going to leave it alone. I don't want to damage it, but if I can keep whatever O-rings out of chemicals away. On the back side. Yeah. Let's get in the bath the way it is. Oh, not that hot yet, but we're hotter than we were. Let's go. And hopefully this screw does not fit through the basket. I have a feeling it's gonna. Maybe not. That's the main jet. So we're dropping that back down in there. I think it just fell through. Have to get that with a magnet. Alright, when we put soup's on, let's go give her. Yeah, we'll give her 10 minutes. Let that grind away. And while the carb's cleaning, why don't we take some compressed air. Noise alert. See if we can get rid of some of the cobwebs. Blow the linkages across the yard, never see them again. Betterer. So I took the gas tank off, and it's got some crap in it we gotta go clean out. And then it looks like this is a fuel pump, but it looks like it's got a sediment bowl in the bottom of it. Yeah, it looks like it's 1/2 inch. That's not even tight. We can put a wrench on it. Yeah, that's a little on the chocolatey looking side. Yeah, it needs to be cleaned out. So got to get into that guy too. When you get a light, look up inside there and see if I can clean it. There's the inside of the tank. You can see all that brown crap I'm talking about. I'm not sure what will break that up. I just try shooting a little carb cleaner in there, rinse it around, see if that'll go. Maybe some new gas might do it too. Yeah, I'll try some gas as solvent. If that'll help us out at all. Where'd the gas cap go? There we go. Like that pair of vice grips on the line. Yeah, didn't even change color. I was hoping the gas would start getting a little dark, and it's not. Looks like a lacquer thinner was the item that did it. Got all the crap out of there. And the cap, that little sediment bowl, I threw in there too, and we're kind of letting that dissolve. And it's probably been about 15 minutes. We're almost up to 50. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to go in to go get my. It's nice and clean. That worked well. I mean, you go dive for that jet that's in there. That's all blown out with compressed air. Let's do a little reassembly. They have a spring on the back of them. Just want to make sure that that's still good, and it is. I'm going to leave that O-ring alone down inside there for the needle and seat. Well, the seat. And if it overflows later, I'll go in there and start polishing that up and all, but I want to kind of leave it alone for now if it's okay. I don't want to create a problem, you know. Tappy Tappy, where is it? There she is. That guy, float bowl. I don't recall which way the drain was pointing, so we'll probably leave the nut loose. I already took the jet out of the center there, blew that out, cleaned all that out. And we got the flipper over. We got two coming in from the top. We got the fixed, and that's idle, I believe. I'm positive of that, but I believe that's the idle jet. I don't know how much a generator uses an idle jet, but especially when it doesn't idle down. Those two guys. You know what? You ever get that feeling like there's something you didn't do? You get that weird feeling. I know I probably did it, but I'm not just sure if I just shot compressed air in any of those guys or not. Probably would have been better to do that without the stuff in the bottom, but gives me something later to blame it on when it doesn't run right. Right about there. See how that does for us. Let's get it back on the machine. Well, that's all back together. Gotta tighten up my drain. I'd say facing us is probably the best way to go. But boy, that I tell you, that choke set up there, that just looks kind of hokey, don't it? I don't know if somebody added that on there or that's just what they came up with. You know, you think probably when it revs up, as soon as it starts up rather, it probably pulls the choke open. But to me, it just seems like that's a lot of restriction. on there. But I don't see anything else that it would hook to. You know, usually you'd have it like a lever or something to turn on and off. And I didn't see anything on the case. Did you guys? I didn't see anything on the case. So maybe that's just the way it is. But we're gonna go find out. So I'm gonna go dump some gas in. The gas tank's just kind of floating up there, but we should be all right with that. And see if this whole system kind of works and primes itself. We'll probably have to dump a little bit of fuel in there to get her up and around once or twice, but hopefully that fuel pump still works, and it's a pulse pump that works off the intake manifold. So as this each pulse of the cylinder, when it goes around, it's not a constant pressure in vacuum here. It kind of it oscillates. And what that does is it sends a signal down to a diaphragm through the hose, and that causes the diaphragm to move very slightly. And then on the other side of the diaphragm is fuel with 2 check valves in it. You know, say if the diaphragm pulls this way, it allows fuel to kind of come up. That little door shuts off, the diaphragm relaxes, goes the other way, but there's another check valve that allows it to go up and out through the carburetor. That's pretty much how those guys work. I do see a little nipple that sits off of here. I don't know what that is for. I don't know if that's a prime or something, or I don't see a fuel shutoff anywhere on this to be able to run it out. Again, so that bowl is screwed back up underneath, that little clearance bowl. I don't know if anything is missing out of there. Sometimes there's a filter in there. I did not see that. And hopefully it's not missing like an O-ring or something in the top and gas is going to pee out. But we're going to go find out right now. And I'm going to use the good old, the good old True Fuel. I know it's 2-stroke stuff, but what's nice about this, again, it doesn't have any ethanol in it, which kills everything from sitting, and we're not using very much. So we'll put that in there, and that will probably, the 2-stroke oil is really not going to hurt anything for the short period of time that it's going to run on it. Alright, let's go put a little in it. I'm looking for where the fuel line comes out. I'm going to get it above that height. Right in the center there. Let's go just a little more. Alright, I should put the cap back on it and we'll prime it. What'd you guys do with the cap? I saw you take it. Let's I'd be able to shoot some right down through the carb. Now the air cleaner's off. Let's open that choke up. And there's a little plate in front of it. Alright. We got something in there. Let's see if it'll run and then hopefully take over. Running, it's quiet. Let's go plug the light in it. Put a load on it. You can get rid of the jumper too. Real quiet. Now I don't know how to shut it off. I don't want to hit the button. Alright. I'm going to go tighten the plug up. I'm going to button up the... we can get that switch out through the front, so that shouldn't be an issue. I could probably actually button almost everything up. I don't see anything stopping us, right? Makes power. We may want to adjust the air-fuel mix. So that might have to get done earlier because I don't see it. It looks like it faces a... Yeah, it's back there. It's right back in there. Might be able to get in with a screwdriver from that side. So we get the air cleaner on it for the right drag, with, lean, rich mix. I'll put the air cleaner back on so that I have that. I'll adjust that air fuel mix screw, and I'll start buttoning it up. Just in the process of putting it back together, I looked at that air cleaner a little bit better on the back side of it. That foam is just turning into dust. So I figure, why don't we see if we just go carve ourselves out a new one. This is air filter material for computer cabinets, like electronic cabinets. They were right from the filters. Got a bunch of it. I would say that should suffice. Got two different types of material on it. So we'll go with that guy. Which way did it go? It's covering all the edges. We'll go with that. Got all those covers back on there, and again, we're down to see if we can get that switch to work. Worst case, I'll go under the microscope, we'll look up a number and see if we can order a new one, but I figure maybe I got the bulb out of it, and because the bulb is out of it, I could probably grab it from the center and maybe work it back and forth. It has to be, still has to be able to come back spring loaded though. Yeah, still gonna stay in. Work that. It looks like it's almost there. Maybe I'll try flipping it up on end and spraying some stuff down inside there, blow it out, compressed air, kind of work it back and forth, see if we can get that sucker. Again, worst case, we'll just order a new switch, but I want to try this first. So I got that switch back together, put the bulb back in it, and it does seem like it's recovered. It seems like it wants to bounce back. So let's go fire it up, make sure it's still functioning. See if it still fires up. Now hopefully if I put that little red lens back on there, it still works. Hopefully that doesn't interfere. Just as I go put the little red button on there, it still has too much drag, and for me galling on the ends of it probably didn't help it much too. So I'm going to try and knock it down a little with sandpaper, see if that'll work for us. Should probably go, what do you think, probably go with, yeah, let's go with the direction that the button pushes. You spray a little silicone or something. Probably wouldn't hurt. Let's just see if we can get it to come back. Try it again. And I got it back in there, and that looks pretty good. That's supposed to stick in, it's not like stick in and you hit it again, it pops back out. It's just a momentary switch. That should do it. Right, pop that guy back in. It came out of there. Oh, you know what it is? One of those little tits are bent over. That guy right there. Let's go stand that up. I gotta do that too. Anyway, we're gonna go put that sucker back in there. It's all back in there. Let's do one more function check. Make sure we're still good to go. I'm afraid to push it in too far. Seems like it's alright though. The little frequency gauge looks good, or voltage rather. What's up? Put a DC test light across the bottom and see if it's gonna make some power. Makes 12 volts pretty good too. I think we are all set other than a cleaning. I gotta change the oil in it yet. So I'm gonna go I'm gonna bring it outside, I'm gonna let it run for about 5-10 minutes, let the oil heat right up. We'll drain that out. Put some fresh stuff in it, clean her up, good to go. Well, that little thing's quiet. It's quieter than the Honda. I don't know how the camera's picking it up, but it's no louder than someone just talking. Let's go put a little bit more of a load on it than the just the light. The light went out there. I don't know why. Don't know why I did that. You guys want to hold that for me? I think the bulb might have just crapped out. Yeah, let's see if we can get the oil out of it. I didn't really see a drain. I'm sure there's a drain plug under there somewhere, but I didn't really see it. So we're just gonna go exit through the entrance kind of deal, hopefully. It's pretty dirty. Not with the old. It's a lot of machines you could drain out through the fill plug, like lawnmowers and stuff. Same thing, you can tip it up on that end. You want to tip it the opposite direction the carburetor is on. So if the carburetor is on the left hand side of the mower and the drain plug's on the right hand side, you can flip it up. It's not going to hurt it. Go the other way. You can get some issues with the carb. Nothing permanent, but it just makes a lot of mess. So we're going to go fill that back up. Well, that's it, guys. I just got done wiping it down. Oil's changed. Everything's all put back together. I believe it blew the bulb in the center there, but I'm not going to worry about chasing that. And I also took the whole button assembly and I took it out and I rotated it 90 degrees, and now the whole thing is not loose like it was in the deal there. So that seems like it works okay. And that's it. Another Survivor. So that should be one for a quickie little sale. The little guys sell fairly easy for people who are campers and that kind of thing. And then again, this one is nice and quiet, so and it's a decent unit. It's not a Chinese one. So with that, guys, I think I'm going to go sign off. Pretty soon we got a couple of four-wheelers coming and some other things. We get off this generator kick and get into something a little bit different. And I will be getting to the bikes at some point. People keep asking about the Vespa and the Cushman and all. And I keep wanting to bring them in, but other stuff comes in between there. And we will get to them. Worst case scenario, it'll be during the winter time, but they are on the list. It's just the way things go. And with that, I want to thank all you for watching, comment, and subscribing. And I will see you on the next one. Later.